Do you hate cloud computing? And it's kind of a funny thing because back in the early days when I was writing the cloud computing blog for InfoWorld, Eric Knorr, who was my editor at the time, he's still around today, but he wrote me a note and asked me if I liked cloud computing. It's like, yeah, I do. And the reason is because I'm obviously a, kind of a built-in skeptic on everything that's out there. So I don't look at the technology based on the marketing blather that's coming from, the marketing teams out there. You got to remember, in the cloud computing space, there's $20 billion of marketing that was really messaging out to the space. And I think people really should have looked at the upsides of it. Obviously, cloud computing has a lot of upside, as well as the downsides, when you shouldn't use it, when it should be contraindicated, that kind of stuff. And focusing on the skepticism around it is kind of the role I think that I play. In other words, I'm looking at the technology, I see the value in it, and I'm always going to be a proponent of leveraging cloud computing if it's an architectural fit. However, if it's not, we shouldn't use it. And that's really, kind of the logic in my head. So when I'm pushing back on cloud computing, it feels like I'm pushing back on cloud computing because I'm kind of pushing back against the hype that we're seeing out there. I'm trying to put some truth to it and put reality to it, things like that, because I think it's about time. I think many enterprises in the last 15 years have spent way too much money on cloud computing, haven't gotten the value they thought they were going to get back from it. And I think it's okay to have a reckoning as to what the value really is, or where the value is and where it's not. And that's really the way I'd approach all technology, by the way, AI and service-oriented architecture and, the rise of the internet, all that kind of stuff. Any kind of a hype cycle, I'm all about understanding what it is and where its fit is going to be. But I'm never going to be a cheerleader for the technology. That doesn't mean I hate it. I use cloud computing all the time. I built my career on it. That just means that, like anything else, I'm going to be skeptical about its use and make sure it's used for the right purposes. I love this question.